They're about to burn you alive, and you still don't know why. You wake up to someone pounding on your door. Not knocking, pounding. The kind that doesn't wait for permission. Before you can even sit up, the door bursts open. 3 men step inside like they already own your life. One of them reads your name off a piece of paper. Not a question, a confirmation. You don't understand what's happening until he says it. Which? At first, you think it's a mistake. You almost laugh. Not because it's funny, because your mind hasn't caught up yet. You've never hurt anyone, never cast anything. You wouldn't even know where to begin. But they're already grabbing your arms, pulling you outside. Your neighbors are there, watching, silent. Not one of them steps forward. It started small, they tell you. A cow died. The child got sick. The crops failed too early this year. And somehow, all of it leads back to you. Because you live alone. Because you don't go to church enough. Because you knew how to read when no one taught you. Because you're different. And when people are afraid, different becomes dangerous. They drag you through the village like the decision's already been made. You try to explain. You try to speak. But every word twists in their hands. You say, I don't know. They hear lies. You cry. They call it guilt. You stay calm. They call it unnatural. There's no version of you they would believe. Because truth isn't what they came for. The trial lasts less than an hour. No evidence, no proof, only stories, only fear. One man swears he saw you near the woods at night. Another says your presence made his wife uneasy. You try to defend yourself, but your voice feels small, like it doesn't belong in the room, like this isn't a trial, it's a performance, and everyone already knows how it ends. You search the crowd for a familiar face, someone who knows you, someone who will say something, and for a moment, you find one. They hesitate, just for a second. Then they look away, and in that moment, something inside you breaks. Not because they think you're guilty, but because they're too afraid to say you're not. The word guilty lands quietly, almost gently, like it doesn't carry the weight of your life, like it's just another task to complete. They call it justice. They call it necessary. They call it protection. Now you're here, tied to a wooden stake, your hands bound so tight you can't feel them anymore. The wood at your feet is stacked with care. Not rushed, not careless. Deliberate. Like this was always going to happen. The crowd stands behind you. Closer now. Quieter. Watching. Waiting. Someone steps forward with a torch. The flame flickers in the wind. Close enough for you to see it clearly. To feel its heat. Just barely. You open your mouth to speak. To say something. Anything. But there's nothing left to say. Because now you understand. This was never about witches. Or truth. Or guilt. It was about fear. And fear doesn't need proof. It just needs someone to burn. The torch lowers. The wood catches. And the last thing you realize is that tomorrow they'll sleep better believing they were right.